So I'm thrilled to welcome Jo Wood to Salvo Fest, who through her eco lifestyle, her collection Jo Wood Organics, and the way that she celebrates reuse, really, just designing with salvage in her home, makes sustainability look very desirable indeed. So, you know, we can see you in your new place. I just wondered if you could share a bit about the story. Because the last time we saw each other, we were on a shoot for Reclaim magazine, and we were sharing stories. Right. Yeah, we were sharing stories about our London renovations, and I know you love doing up places. So going off grid in the country, how has this one been different?
Well, in 2019, I just had this big desire to sell my house and move into the country. And I just was obsessed with getting to the country. I don't know why. But anyway, I sold my house and started looking for houses. And I went to Oxfordshire and all around there and couldn't find anything. I wanted something that was a bit different. And then I was looking online and this house popped up and it said off-grid house, Northamptonshire. I thought, Northamptonshire? I've never been to Northamptonshire. How far away is that? I realised it was just a quick trip up the M1 and I would be at this house. So I came to see it and it was like a blank canvas. Everything was white. The rooms, the skirting boards, the doors, everything was white everywhere. And I thought, gosh, it's actually a blank canvas for me. How fantastic.
Really, isn't it? Yeah.
So I got the house. I mean, it's been a big learning curve because the generator was too old. The batteries were on their last legs. Everything went wrong that first winter. It was an absolute nightmare. But everything is nearly sorted now. And so during lockdown, I got busy with the house. I mean, it was perfect timing. And
it's interesting that you'd already had that pull to me, because a lot of people obviously felt it during, you know, I don't want to say it too much with the C word, during COVID, they felt that urge to get out to the country, but you'd already felt that pull just before, which is quite interesting. You got in at the right time.
I think the little angels were guiding me. Jo, time to get out.
Yeah.
So then during lockdown, I started, I had so much stuff from my house. I gave some to my daughter. I gave, curtains to my daughter. I gave armchairs, tables, because this was a smaller, different kind of house, farmhouse. So I made things work here. And that's what I really love doing. I think, gosh, that little chandelier is going to look great in the spare toilet, that sort of thing. So I just would be going through all my stuff and thinking this would be great there, that would be great there. I don't like to buy anything new. I want to buy everything old, that had life before, or use my stuff that I've just taken around with me all over the world. I've got stuff from Los Angeles when I lived in Los Angeles, God, years ago.
I love that though, because I feel like so often when we find ourselves in a new place and we want to assert maybe a different vibe, we're in a different phase, but it's really interesting the way that you just work with what you've got, and I love that. And I think I read that you only bought like a few new things which were actually also reclaimed as well for this house.
Yeah. I bought blue side cabinets from the reclamation yard just outside Toaster, and a little thing for put all my mats on, for 30 quid, just stuff like that. And there's so much beautiful stuff out there. I go into antique shops and think, oh, that's lovely. That I don't know why anybody would want to buy new stuff.
Yeah, I love that.
I just done my converted two of the stables. I converted, well, I didn't, my builder friend did. One is my office and the other one is a gym and little toilet. And I said, I said to Dean, the builder, can you get any old corrugated iron? He said, yeah. I said, well, that's what I'm going to do the bathroom in then. So I've got lovely corrugated walls in the shower and behind the sink and toilet, and it looks so cool. I'm in love with my toilet.
I'm hearing a lot of this, the toilets, but they can be such like special places. Like you can really create a vibe, like you say, in like the spare loo or something. You can kind of have more fun and have this like whole vibe because it's like maybe a smaller space. It's really fun to play with bathrooms.
Yeah, and you know, we're all going to sit there.
Yeah.
So it needs to have something interesting going on about it, I think. Yeah.
It needs to be time well spent. Yeah, inspired.
Yeah. Yeah, I love doing that. I have a good friend, Lorraine. She lives in America now, but whenever I see her, all we want to do is find a little flea market or antiques market, and we just go around. We're really good at shopping together in a situation like that, and we love it. That's just our favorite thing to do.
I do exactly the same with my friend, and sometimes it's really good because you can bounce off each other, and also you know each other's spaces, and sometimes you've got that pressure because they are one of a kind, whatever you're coming across. So you need to know whether you need to jump on that decision and say yes, or whether it's you're getting overexcited in the moment, and whether you actually need something. So it's great to have a friend to ground you and share that excitement.
Yeah, she's like that. We really have this great shopping bond, you know, but it has to be old and rusty or paint falling off, and it's got to have real character. That's what we.
So she obviously really gets, or has the same similar taste to you as well.
Yeah, she does. I talked to her last night. She's got a apartment in Miami, and she was saying, "Come on, Joe, get here now." I said, I can't. She said, we need to go shopping. But yeah, we have fun together. Yeah, it's good.
So that will be one of your first trips then. As soon as things ease a bit more, you can get out to Miami.
Yeah, well, I'm going to Arizona in September because I am guest speaker at the UFO convention.
Oh, wow.
So I'm hoping to go and see her then.
How did that come about?
Well, I'm mad about UFOs and aliens and life out there.
Actually from the cat. Yeah.
and so I do a podcast as well.
Yeah.
About aliens, and so they invited me to be a guest speaker. I'm so thrilled.
Amazing. That's so exciting.
Yeah. It's hysterical.
So obviously, you know, your friend has similar taste to you, but one of the things that we're exploring with the festival is the idea of imperfect beauty. And I wondered if there's things in your house that you love, you see as really beautiful, but some people are like, oh, I'm not sure, like harder for other people to get. Are there any things that come to mind that just are really special to you?
Yes, my mother was a doll collector and a doll maker. So when she died, she left me and my sister all her dolls. We got rid of most of them, but we kept some that we like personally. And I find lots of people absolutely hate them, but we've been grown up with them all our lives. So for us, we see the beauty in the doll and the wig and the eyes and the, you know, how it's made and how it's dressed, but lots of people don't see that craftsmanship and beauty in old dolls. They find them scary. Yeah,
it's funny, that association, isn't it? But also because you've grown up seeing them, and also I guess seeing them through your mum's eyes, it gives you a different appreciation.
She absolutely loved her dolls. She did have one scary, well, I thought was scary one once. She got this doll, which was a beautiful little face, and it had long brown hair. And when she took the hat off, it was actually a piece of sculpt, obviously from a child that had died. And they made it, and they put that, and I thought, ooh.
Yeah.
bit freaky. So, but I love my dolls.
Where do you have them in the house?
I've one in the living room and I've got the rest upstairs in my bedroom and dressing room. I have had boyfriends that don't like. They said, take him away, staring at me. No, it's not.
What's next with the renovation? Like, what stage are you at with it?
Well, I've actually only got one room to do in my house, which is going to be, I'm going to turn it into a little library room and get some reclaimed wood to make the shelves and all that sort of thing. But my son, Tyrone, is renovating the old barn up there, and we're going to call it up, it's going to be the Cowboy Barn, and we're going to have a bar in it. We're going to have because there's 3 rooms in it, 3 stables. So one's going to be the bar, one's going to be like a hangout room, and another's going to be a sort of kitchen where we can rustle up food and eat outside. And so I'm actually about to start looking for a old bar that I can put in there rather than building a new one. There must be so many pubs that are closing down that have got old bars and they're just going to throw them out. So, you know, that's what I want to do.
That sounds like a fun sourcing journey.
Yeah, be great. Something with a bit of history as well. You know, it's been in this pub since 1804, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it sounds brilliant.
Yeah.
So you know, you've been into reclaimed for a long time. You've always appreciated antiques, but I know, taking it back, was there anything in particular that you think that took you there, like, or a first kind of exciting moment when you thought, yeah, this is it, I don't want to buy new, I want to see, you know, really work with what's out there?
Yeah, well, I think it was a slow build up because Mum, loving her dolls, she always had old Victorian nighties and petticoats and things like that she would cut up and make into dolls' clothes. And so she always had vintage clothes at home. So I used to say, oh, Mum, I love this Victorian petticoat. I'm going to wear this with a little T-shirt and all that sort of thing. So it started like that, my love of old clothes, when I was 16, 17, 18. And then my first husband loved Art Nouveau. Okay. And I fell in love with Art Nouveau and the beautiful busts and things like that. I'm still crazy about them now. Mm. So that became my thing, Art Nouveau, Art Deco. So it just built over the years. And now it's just everything, I think, in my home I don't have anything new.
Do you think there's something that particularly women connect with, you know, with reuse and reclaimed? Because one of the things that, like Salvo's founder, he established one of the first reclamation yards in the 70s. And he said, when women came in, he said you could really feel the passion. They were just really excited by kind of what he was starting in architectural salvage. And I just wondered if you think there's something about women connecting with it.
I don't know really. Yes, I think I only know women that like salvage. I don't really know many men, come to think of it. I never thought of that before. Yeah. But maybe if you have an artistic eye, you can see the beauty in the thing, in the furniture or the stone or I can see beauty in these reclaimed things. Maybe because we have an eye for beauty as women.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's that. But yeah, not many men I know I could go out shopping with. Maybe my son Ty, I'm not sure. Yeah.
So I'm really interested in the way, obviously with Joe Wood Organics, the way that you combine organic and natural ingredients, but in such a decadent way. And I feel like sometimes like anything eco or organic can sometimes be, you know, pushed down as drab. And I'm interested because I know you've been following an organic lifestyle, like personally, for years now, and I'm wondering how you've kind of challenged that stereotype over the years, and how you've seen people's perception towards, you know, your choices, I guess.
Yeah, I think back when I went organic in the 90s, all things organic were very very sort of hippie-ish. They were, and I thought to myself, you know, this is so natural and pure and beautiful that they deserve to be, you know, beautifully look, you know, should be packaged beautifully and have some something that made them more special, because they are, and that's what I wanted to change, is the conception of what organic is. People think it's hippie and it's cheap and it's this and that, but really it's the most beautiful products that you can put on your skin, because they're all organic and without chemicals. So it should be high up there. We've got it wrong way around. We're putting them down there when they should be up there. And all the chemical stuff should be down there, if you know.
Yeah,
you know.
I completely agree. I think it's sometimes why people put so much into the packaging, because they make these actually quite nasty things look a certain way, and we think, oh yeah, that's desirable, but it's not. It's, you know, like you say, like the healthiest thing you can put on your skin, that's sexy, you know.
Yeah, so I wanted mine to look worthy of that, so I went back to looking at things like Bieber.
Yes, oh my goodness, yeah, now you say that, totally see that vibe, because I was interested in your color inspiration, and it's
to be a look of Bieber for me, because she was a big inspiration to me, Barbara Hulanicki, and I wanted to have my packaging Art Nouveau and Bieberish, so I did.
Beautiful. So what have you got coming up with the collection? Have you got anything else in the pipeline?
Yes, I'm just working on these bath teas at the moment. So these, I've got 4 different, they're bath salts, but what we've done, we've added all sorts of things into each different one, like chaga mushrooms and just things to help your skin, and so you can soak in your bath like a tea, and
really
just
soak it in.
And the water will just, you'll absorb all the goodness from the water. So they're coming out soon.
So that means you must have been doing a lot of testing in that. I think I've seen that beautiful bathtub, the catchpole and rye that you've got.
Yes, testing in the bath. Yeah, it's great. That's the best part. I better have another bath.
It's gorgeous. Are you a morning bath time, or do you mix it up? Is it kind of,
up? Like this morning, actually, I had a bath and I used one of my new teas. But I will just look at the bath and think, oh, I think I love a bath. Yeah.
I think there's something lovely about a morning bath.
Yeah, there is, isn't there? But I have a pond here. So yesterday I was swimming in the pond, in the wild swimming pond. It was great, amongst the wild flowers, and it was just magical, actually.
The weather's come out for it lately. So what was the journey like creating that? Was it harder than you expected it to be?
No, because my son suggested I do a pond out there, and I thought, I kept staring at the field outside, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to make this. I'm going to plant trees, sow flowers, make a pond, and then I just could see what it was going to be like. And it's better than what I imagined, actually, now. And it's only its first year.
Yeah, because looking at your Instagram of the wildflower field, like it looks amazing already. So just, I mean, and obviously these things, as they really kind of get into their groove, it's just going to be absolutely stunning.
Yeah, I read an article about how a farmer that rewilded his farm, and he said it takes 2 years. The first year it goes crazy. The second year it finds its own balance. He said, because sometimes you'll be overrun with certain insects, but you have to be patient and leave it, because then it finds its own balance, and then suddenly everything it starts being more organized. Isn't that mad what nature does?
Yeah, it's magical, and I think interestingly it connects with when you come into a new space. It's almost like you need to give it that time to settle as you kind of introduce yourself to the space as well, and it's all this natural balance, and I love that.
Yes, I like to do that. I'll do a room, and then I will be happy with it, and then I'll leave it and go back to it a couple of months later to just readjust things and think, oh, maybe that didn't quite work there. Let me change that. And, I just done that with my bedroom, actually. I'd taken a little desk that I wasn't using and thought it just needed something by the pictures.
I love that, and it's something like maybe the way the light hits the room at different times of the year. It's kind of an evolution as you get to know the space and kind of figure it out.
Yeah, I'm very lucky, because when I do a room, I will have I'll think of say the TV room. I knew I was going to put this 70s chandelier in the corner of the room because I couldn't have it in the middle. So really the whole room evolved from that chandelier and how I did that. So I will do that. I'll get some pictures or some mirrors or something, and I think, and then from there I can work out how to do it. Yes.
It's a good tip to let a particular piece that you love really guide you in the journey. You've been designing obviously with pieces. Like, if somebody was coming to this afresh, is there any wisdom that you'd share with them if they were making a start with Reclaimed?
I think you have to fall in love with something. I always have to, when I go out and buy something that's reclaimed, I have to love it and can't leave the shop without it. I think a good idea is to stand and walk around the space and just get a feel for it and look at what lighting you must put in there and imagine what that will be like, and just get to know a space. I think is important. I did that. I'd walk around when the house was empty. I'd walk around room to room and sort of work out in my head what I was going to do, not rush into it, especially when I'm about to paint a room. I need to, but I'm very good at colours. I get colours like that and I go, right, we'll do that. I don't paint the wall and decide. I just go for what I feel in that moment this colour should be.
Thank you so much. I think almost when you do all the testers on your wall, it can be just overwhelming, and then you've forgotten what you were feeling in the first place. So I think that's a good tip. Just do it. Just go for it.
Yeah, it's good to take a colour from something that you're using in the room. Yeah.
Well, lovely. Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing the story of your new place. It looks absolutely fantastic and like a dream. Honestly, like that escape to nature, and very excited for your bees as well.
Yes, thank you so much, Sarah.
Okay, well, take care and have a good day.
To you.
Really love to speak to you too.
And see you somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere, I hope, definitely. It'll be lovely to see you in person. Maybe rummaging in a reclaimed place. We'll probably bump into each other.
Wouldn't that be lovely? I'd love that.